My name is Mike. I own Mike's Carburetor Parts and Restoration. You can find parts for this carburetor I'm working on, the Carter WCD, or most any other carburetor at mikescarburetor.com. Anyhow, this is a continuing the series about rebuilding the Carter WCD 2-barrel carburetor. And previously we put together the throttle body here, and if you missed that, you might go back and find that video. This is the second part, and we're going to put together the float bowl, and I've got it cleaned up and ready to go. And I've already installed, there's a check ball down in here. This is where your accelerator pump goes. There's a check ball down there and the check ball retainer, which fits over on top of it, and those are real time consuming sometimes to get in there, so I did that before I started the video. But you just drop the check ball in there and then put that little retainer on top of it, and find some kind of a tool that will fit around there so you can kind of tap it in there. At any rate, so first thing I'm going to do, this is a spring for the vacuum piston. This is the piston that's going to go in there, and so we're going to drop the spring down in here. We also have a return spring. I'm going to replace the old one with a new one here. I have these available, by the way. They don't normally come in a kit. Probably add these to a premium type kit. At any rate, I'm going to drop that down there. So, and that's called a return. Simply, if you put the accelerator pump down there, it's going to pop it back up. Okay. I'm going to start the accelerator pump, and I usually just leave the cardboard on them and put it down there, and then remove the cardboard so that I don't damage the cup. And the cup on these are made of leather. Let's see, do I have the old one here? I was going to show you. Here it is. Here's the old one. And you can see how the cup has basically, there's not much left here. This is what happens once your carburetor gets wet with gasoline, then you let it dry out. This is what happens to your cup over time. So it just, there's nothing left. Otherwise, the leather works really well. When you put these in, you can add a little dab of oil to it. I usually spray the silicone spray lubricant on it, and what this will do is it helps swell it up, so it'll get a good seal in there. See, it's already swelled up on me. And then just leave it in there, and that's going to go through the top when we're ready, through this hole right here. So, alright, I got the spring in there. Now, I messed up here. I forgot to put the accelerator pump together here. I got the spring for it, and put that on there, and I got a new retainer that I'm not sure if these come in the kit. I'll have to check, I forget. And it goes right there. Okay. And we have our main jets. Your main jets on the Carters usually have the number stamped on the face of it. Takes a real good magnifying glass to see them. But this, you can figure out what size they are using this number. The other thing, of course, is just to measure the hole. And I have a nice set of small reamers that I use, and I just put them in there and get a fit and no fit until I determine what size they are. Then I can decide if I want to change them, go one way or another. I don't generally place these unless there's something wrong with them, that they just don't get much wear. This is where the metering rod goes through them right here. See, and as you can see, the metering rod, it's not a tight fit. I get a lot of calls. Hey, my metering rods are wrong. There's too loose. Well, look at that. That's what they do. If they get too tight, you're going to get no fuel flow. You got to always have some fuel flow. So it just restricts how much fuel goes through the hole. So anyway, they are loose. If you live in really high altitudes, you can lean this out, lean your fuel mixture out by stepping down one on the size of your jet, and of course you want to get more fuel, you can step it up. Now how do you know your main jets are okay? One of the best tests you can do is you go out on the road and you get a nice constant speed for about 20-25 minutes. You come back, turn your car off, and pull a couple of plugs and look how they look. Are they nice and gray, or which is a good sign? Or if they're black and sooty, you're probably getting too much fuel, and that's a lot of times indicative of the wrong main jets in there. Now that's assuming that everything else in the vehicle is up to par. You're just timing, your points, and all those kind of things. So, because they can all affect it. At any rate, all right. So I'm going to get these main jets in there. Okay, just snug them. They don't have to be over tightened. May want to take them out sometime. Again. Okay. We also have our fuel discharge here with the gasket. And I like to spray my gaskets with silicone spray. It really helps if I ever want to take it off again. And we have this little check weight here, which will go in this hole right here, right there, pointed down, and it simply plugs the hole down there. Sometimes you find these weights just rectangular with a check ball. Well, this point here takes the place of a check ball in this particular carburetor. So that will go down there. This goes on here, and I previously cleaned it out. Small piece of wire. Yeah, I'll take a, this isn't a very good wire for this, but I'm just demonstrating here. I'll try to make sure they're clean, find a wire small enough to go through those little holes there, make sure there's blow air through them, etc. Just make sure they're nice and clean. Okay, when your accelerator pump pumps down, it's going to force fuel up through here and come out these two holes. And that check weight there, it will plug this thing off when it's trying to get more fuel in here, so it doesn't back out. Hope I said that right. It's kind of confusing. All right, and of course I can't find my screw, which I didn't get before I started the video. This is it right here. I need to go clean it up, so I'll be right back. Okay, I got the screw cleaned up, and this one has it's hollow inside. This is so the fuel will travel up, and then there's a couple holes at the top for the fuel to come out. You want to make sure there's no obstructions in there, and make sure this is the screw you're using for this right here. This is your discharge. And down there, okay. Of course, I put the accelerator pump in to start with, and I should have waited till the end. It's okay. All right. So I'm going to check it out. I got my jets in there. I got my spring. Don't do as I do a lot of times, forget your spring, have to take the carburetor all apart again. But anyway, we do make mistakes. But anyway, there's your return spring. We got our piston pump spring in there, and it's all clean, and the bowl is really at this point really ready to go. The only other thing, well, when we put it together, we'll need the gasket, but your kit sometimes may come with more than one of these gaskets, so you want to try each one and make sure you're not covering any holes, and make sure it's not flopping over the edge or something. Anyway, just make sure it fits. And again, I keep these sprayed. It's kind of an old gasket I'm using there, but for this particular demonstration, just don't pay attention to that. Okay, so that's it, and we'll continue on with the next segment here shortly. Thank you.